Good day everyone, my name is Charlene Jerry's name and my topic for today is all about long-term financial decisions, large and capital structures. So break-even analysis. Firms use break-even analysis, also called cost volume profit analysis, to determine the level of operations necessary to cover all costs and to evaluate the profitability associated with various levels of sales. The firm's operating break-even point is the level of sales necessary to cover all operating costs. Fixed costs are costs that the firm must pay in a given period regardless of the sales volume achieved during that period. These costs are typically contractual. Rent, for example, is a fixed cost. And variable costs vary directly with sales volume. Shipping costs, for example, are a variable cost. We typically measure variable costs in dollars per unit sold. Algebraic approach. Using the following variables, we can recast the operating portion of the firm's income statement given in Table 13.1 into the algebraic representation shown in the Table 13.2. So P is equal to price per unit, Q is sales quantity in units, FC is fixed operating costs per period, and the last is CV or variable operating cost per unit. Table 13.2 is operating leverage, cost, and break-even analysis. So operating leverage, the items is sales revenue, less fixed operating cost, less variable operating cost, over earning before interest and taxes or EBIT. Algebraic representation. Close open parenthesis, P times Q minus FC, close open parenthesis, VC times Q divided by EBIT or earning before interest and taxes. Writing the algebraic calculation in Table 13.2 as a formula for earnings before interest and taxes yields equation 13.1. EBIT is equals to P times Q minus FC minus VC times Q. Simplifying equation 13.1 yields EBIT is equals to Q times of close open parenthesis P minus VC minus FC. As noted above, the operating break-even point is the level of sales at which all fixed and variable operating costs are covered, the level at which EBIT equals $0, setting EBIT equal to $0 and solving equation 13.2 for Q yields. Q is equals to FC divided by P minus VC. In A5.1 example problem in operating break-even analysis, assume that Cheryl Posters, a small poster retailer, has fixed operating cost $2,500. Its sales price is $10 per poster, and its variable operating cost is $5 per poster. Applying equation 13.3 to this data yields. Q is equals to $2,500 divided by $10 minus $5 is equals to $2,500 divided by $5 is equals 500 units. At sales of 500 units, the firm's EBIT should just equal $0. The firm will have positive EBIT for sales greater than 500 units and negative EBIT or a loss for sales less than 500 units. We can confirm this by substituting values above and below 500 units along with the other values given into equation 13.1. Changing cost and operating break-even point. A firm operating break-even point is sensitive to a number of variables is operating fixed operating. Fixed operating cost or FC, the sales price per unit, and the variables operating cost per unit refer to equation 13.3 to see how increases or decreases in these variables affect the break-even points. The sensitivity of the break-even sales volume or Q to an increase in each of these variables is summarized in Table 13.3 as might be expected. An increase in cost VC or FC tends to increase the operating break-even point, whereas increase in the sales price per unit or decreases the operating break-even points. In page 13.2, break-even comparison algebraic. Given the price and the cost data shown in the accompanying table for each of the three firms, F, G, and H, answer the questions that follow. Firm is FGH, and in firm F, the sales price per unit is $18 while the variable operating cost per unit is 6.75 and the fixed operating cost is 45,000. In firm G, the sales price per unit is $21. The variable operating cost per unit is 13.50 while the fixed operating cost is 30,000. In firm H, the sales price per unit is $30, the variable operating cost per unit is 12, and the fixed operating cost is 90,000. So, the question number 1 is, what is the operating break-even point in units for each firm? So, the solution in number 1 is relevant formula Q is equals to FC divided by, close open parenthesis, P minus VC, where Q is equals to quantity in units and F is fixed operating cost, P or price per unit, and VC for variable operating cost per unit. F is equals to 45,000 divided by 18 minus 6.75 is equals to 400 units. G is equals to 30,000 divided by 21 minus 13.5 is equals to 400 units. In firm H, 90,000 divided by 30 minus 12 is equals to 5,000 units. In question number B is, how would you rank this firm in terms of the rest? So how could you rank these firms in terms of the rest? The answer is, it is more risky compared to F and G because it requires production of more units to reach break-even. Also high FC compared to F, G, and H. Any drop in sales volume would greatly affect profitability because of the high FC for F and G to the lower FC. Profitability would be affected to a lesser extent should any drop in sales occur. Break-even point changing cost revenues. GWG Company publishes creative crosswords. Last year, the book of puzzles sold for $10 with variable operating costs per book of $8 and fixed operating costs of $40,000. How many books must JWG sell this year to achieve the break-even point for the stated operating cost, given the following different circumstances? Selling price is $10, the variable cost is $8, while the fixed operating cost is $40,000. All the figures remain the same as for last year and for last year. Answer. The formula of this problem is F divided by P minus VC. So, $40,000 divided by $10 minus $8 is equals to 20,000 books. In B, fixed operating cost increases to $44,000. All other figures remain the same. The answer is The formula of this problem is BEP is equals to F divided by CM per unit books. BP is $44,000 divided by $2 is equals to 22,000 units per books. The selling price per unit per book is $10, the variable cost per book is $8, and the contribution per book is equals to $10 minus $8 is equals to $2. Therefore, the company should sell 22,000 books per unit break-even. If the selling price increases to $10.50, keeping all the remaining things constant, we get contribution margin. So the formula here is CM is equals to P minus VC. So 10.50 minus $8 is equals to 2.50. Therefore, the contribution margin per book is 2.50. Break-even points in unit fixed costs are divided by CM per unit. The formula is BEP equals FC divided by CM, or the BFP is equals to $44,000 divided by $2.50 is equals to 16,000 pesos. Therefore, the company should sell 16,000 books to break even. D. The variable operating cost per book increases to 8.50. All other figure remains the same. Answer and solution. The formula is BEP is equals to fixed cost divided by sales price minus variable cost per book. BEP is equals to $40,000 divided by $10 minus $8.5 is equals to $40,000 divided by $1.5, and BEP is equals to 26,667. Therefore, the company should sell 26,667 per book. E. What conclusion about operating break-even point can be drawn from your answers? Variables. The fixed operating cost, FC, are the selling price per unit, or P. The variable operating cost, or VC. The variables and change is in fixed operating cost, or FC, is increase and decrease. In effect on QOB is increase and decrease. In selling price per unit is increase and decrease, and in effect on QOB is increase and decrease. While in variable operating cost, or VC, is increase or decrease, and effect on code is increase and decrease. So that's all, and thank you.